today, our thoughts and prayers are with the reporter and his family and the other person, the filmographer who was killed this morning doing a live news feed. But one of our colleagues, who's the president of the Chamber of Commerce in Smith Mountain Lake, is actually the other person who was shot. She's undergoing surgery. So we ask you to keep her in your thoughts and prayers. You never know when that could happen, or when you're in danger anymore. It's kind of a sad thing. Moving on to more positive and exciting things, talk about vacation. How many of y'all have taken a 2-week vacation in the past 12 months? I heard a couple of things. Okay, y'all are just bizarre. You really are. You may have known that, but that's really unusual. How many of you taken a 1-week vacation? Most people. It's amazing how many people in America don't take vacations anymore, don't take that time. To give you some idea as to comparison to other countries, Austria, Spain, Denmark, and France, when you start a new job as a college graduate, hopefully, any idea of how many days of vacation, business days of vacation you get per year?
3 weeks.
How many?
3 weeks.
3 weeks? Any other guesses?
3.
4 weeks.
I heard, what was it you heard? 4 weeks. 30 days. That's 6 weeks of vacation. You knew, you must have cheated and read ahead or something. That's 6 weeks of vacation, not including all the public holidays, and they get a lot more of those than we do. That's how much vacation they get a year. An interesting fact may be that in Spain and Austria, when you add in the paid holidays they get, it goes up to 43 days a year. That's not counting weekend days, that's weekdays. So they have at least... You ready to move?
Yeah.
I'll go with you, okay? You just tell me when I'm packing. In Germany, they actually have a law that you have to give employees at least 1 2-week vacation per year, and it is called the mental health vacation. Because they honestly believe that you need that 2-week vacation to disconnect from the craziness of our world, wherever that might be for each of us. If you think about the last 1-week vacation you had, by about Friday or Saturday, you were just kind of getting into that vacation mode. You weren't looking at your iPhone or your laptop the whole time. You were just starting to get into vacation, and then all of a sudden you thought, I gotta go back to work. So I encourage all of you to, I want to come back next time and see all of you guys taking 2-week vacations. I think it's an important thing. Actually, in Finland and Sweden, they have to give their employees the ability to take a 4-week vacation per year. That makes it tough as employers. In the United States, any idea what the minimum vacation requirement is?
0.
0 days. We got a long way to go. We need to learn from our friends. Vacation is important to what I do. I'm Bob Harrison with the Chamber of Commerce, but I oversee the tourism side of things. I have the privilege of telling people all the reasons that they need to come to this really dynamic destination that we have and visit. Tourism is important, though, to everyone in this room. I look at Raphael. Raphael, actually, tourism is important to you, right?
It is.
Tourism, it keeps a contract that we have with them. They do it for us. The library tourism is important. We have a lot of events that bring people into the library, but also hopefully some of our visitors take advantage of that as well. So a lot of times we don't think of how tourism really impacts why we live where we live, or why the career that we have is in this area. Sometimes we think, oh, I'm a dentist. That's not important. But tourism employs over 11,000 people in the Williamsburg, James City County, York County area. Imagine if we had 11,000 people who packed up today and left along with their families. There'd be a lot of dentists and a lot of other people who have jobs who don't think it's related to tourism that might need to pack up and move themselves. So we always like to point out that tourism is an important industry for us. Tourism expenditures, the spending that our tourists do in our area is over $1.1 billion per year. So it's a real important part of our economy. And the part that I think is most important to each of us is that it brings in over $41 million a year in local taxes. Not the state taxes, it brings in over $50 million in state taxes, but $41 million in local taxes. Take that away and imagine what James City County, City of Williamsburg, and York County would have to do to charge taxes, how much it would go up for each of us who have homes. We wouldn't like that too much, would we? Have you ever noticed the difference in taxes in the City of Williamsburg versus James City County or York County?
Oh, yeah.
30, 40 cents.
Any idea why that is? They get so much revenue coming in from the tourism economy, they're able to keep some of those rates down. That's a huge part of why they're able to do that. So we would like to think that tourism is going to continue to grow. It's an important thing for each of us. But we face some challenges. We face challenges. We were talking at our table today. Williamsburg is best known for Williamsburg, history, Jamestown, Yorktown. All the research that we do out there of moms, because we know they rule the house, they make decisions on vacations. Let's face it, we have little influence over that. When you ask moms what's important on a vacation, unfortunately, history is in the bottom 3 or 4 things that they look for when they lot of other things. So we have some ways to try to kind of reposition Williamsburg, never turning our back on the history and the great assets we have here, but pushing some of the really cool experiences that we have to offer as well. The other challenge that we face is really not so much a challenge, it's just a realization of how our community has changed. Back 10 years ago, we had about 11,000 hotel rooms in Williamsburg. It's a lot of them. We're now down to about 8,610 hotel rooms. So we've actually seen the number of hotel rooms decrease. But our hotels, with those that are left, are still not doing as well as they probably were 10 or 20 years ago. Any idea why that is?
Timeshares.
You guys, I'm telling you what, y'all deserve an award. Y'all are smart. That's exactly right. We have now over 6,500 timeshares. We have 3 properties that are currently adding additional rooms above that, and we have a new property that will be opening in the next 6 months. So, but timeshares aren't a bad thing. It's just it's a choice that people are making as to how they want to spend their vacation. I was talking to Jason. His wife told him that this year when they went on vacation, she wanted a kitchen. You know, it's hard to go to a hotel and get a room with 2 double beds and it's going to have a kitchen in there. There's just not that much room sometimes. So families and people, when they travel, like to couple. That's why you see places like the Outer Banks, where you'll see, you know, whole family go and stay in the one house, or even people who are just friends go down and they rent a house. Timeshares really target those types of people. They have in Williamsburg anything from 1 bedroom up to 7 bedroom timeshares because they know that people are looking for that opportunity together. There's not enough people that I love that I could fill 7 bedrooms with. I'm not suggesting I would buy that, but there's probably someone in New Jersey who has that and loves that. I'm not going to keep you guys too long today because I know that you have probably a date on the golf course looking out there. It looks awfully nice. You not just some clouds moving in. But I do want to share a few things that are going on this fall that I would really encourage you to take advantage of. I know a lot of you probably volunteer and help with some of these events or have heard about some of these, but we're getting ready to start something called Williamsburg Fall Arts, and I've got some flyers here on the table. If you want to grab one today, feel free. This just has some of the top really big events that are going on during this fall season. Everything from, this is one of my favorite new ones, it's called Art of Chocolate, being done by Mad About Chocolate downtown. I'm all into art and all into chocolate, so I'm good for that. But things like, this has dates of events like An Occasion for the Arts, the Williamsburg Gallery Crawl, the Yorktown Art Stroll, events all over the area that take this home, put it on your refrigerator, and try to go to as many of these as you can. They really, this arts community has really pulled together to try to put a lot of events. We have over 130. This is just a sampling. This is like less than 35 of them on this sheet. So please take the time to go support these, go visit. They just want to see people there. It's very important, even for some of the smallest of events. That's important to us because as we try to overcome the challenges we face as a history destination, having a vibrant arts community is a very important part of that as well. That is something that people are looking for. It draws a different demographic, particularly in the fall of the year. And this is not something that's really geared as much towards the parents with younger kids. This is more towards couples whose kids have gone back to school and they're looking to get away. I want to tell you about a couple of the events we have going on, and thank you, Raphael, for handing all this out. And one is called the Williamsburg Harvest Celebration. This is a new event. It's planned for November the 11th through the 15th. There are going to be over 30 different culinary events. This is something we've never done before. Our inspiration for this is the Charleston Food and Wine Festival. Anybody ever been to that? It's a really cool event. Pretty neat, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. We're not there yet. We're going to get there, though. But we're going to have probably at least 35 to 40 events by the time we go there. So I share that with you so that you can save those dates as well and think about that. The third thing is we have an event called the Fireball Run. They call it an adventure reality series. And it's where some people come in. There are a lot of astronauts. There are some celebrities that are going to be coming in. They do kind of a Great American Race clue scavenger hunt type of thing. And they're going to go all throughout the historic triangle on the 28th of September. They'll end in Newtown between 3 and 6 p.m. And then on the 29th, they'll be down in Merchant Square, and they'll do a parade as the cars leave. A lot of really cool, kind of fun, hip cars, neat things to see there. So I encourage all of you. I love hearing about the destinations that you guys have gone to. I'm jealous of the destinations a lot of you have gone to. But I encourage you all to also to really discover some of the fun things that there are to do in your own backyard. And this is the perfect season to do it. Temperatures are cooling off. There's a lot going on. So please take advantage of looking at these websites, looking at these calendars, and plan some time to come spend some fun time with the family in the backyard. Any questions I can answer for you guys? Yes, sir.
I have a comment about timeshares.
Yes, sir.
Don't buy one. thing that's coming up and.
Yes, sir. For all tourism events, it's on a website that's called visitwilliamsburg.com. And that is our destination website. It's not a Chamber of Commerce website that has everything that anybody is putting on that a visitor may want to come and see. So that's on there. Also, if you want to stop by our office, we have a visitor guide that has a list of all the attractions. There's itineraries for families when they're coming into town, ideas of what they can do. So when all those lovely friends and family that when you move to Williamsburg all decide they're going to come visit you, and they expect you to take the whole week off with them and be their escort around. It's great to get that guide, because then when they show up, you can say, here's your guide, it tells you what to do. Go, I'll let you sleep here. But yes, sir.
I have two questions. The first one is, how does the Chamber feel about the proposed widening of 64?
Proposed widening of 64 is really big and important for us. We're seeing that both on Saturdays during the day and Sundays now. That
It's
64
a
is
mess.
really, well, you guys experience it, you know, but it's becoming a mess. Part of it is, in our timeshare industry, often, a lot of the timeshares do weekly rentals, so a lot of those guests are leaving on either a Saturday or Sunday, so we have a lot of people leaving the Williamsburg area. You get a lot of backups going up Richmond, towards Richmond on 295 and 64, but also the Outer Banks. Everyone who leaves the Outer Banks and is going to anything in Virginia or the Northeast is pretty much coming through Williamsburg. And we see a lot of people who are coming to Williamsburg on a Friday night, spending the night, and then going down to the Outer Banks. That's fine. But on Saturdays and Sundays, we see traffic really becoming a challenge. So we have really pushed hard for that widening. We feel like it, from a tourism perspective, it really shouldn't end with the widening in Williamsburg. It needs to go all the way to 295. We also push for the signs that you may have noticed, and I think Senator Norman was really helpful with this, and we should thank him for that. But the signs, we have seen them on 64 that tell you the drive time to get to Richmond on 64 versus 60. Those are all really good to use. And then there's an app that, if you haven't discovered it yet, called 511. That's the Virginia Department of Transportation's app, and it actually shows you not only the speed on the interstates, but there are actually little buttons you hit that show you all the cam. We don't do this when you drive, okay? Let the person on the passenger side do this, or pull off. But it's good to look at before you hit the road. But widening is hugely important.
Route 60 is very nice.
Route 60 is great. I mean, only way I
Yeah.
can go to the airport is when
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to ruin it forever.
people who live on Route 60 don't like that so much.
Well, we are fastly approaching our time, but Bob, thank you so
You
much
got it.
for joining us.
Absolutely.
Before you sit down, it is our club tradition to honor your visit. We donate a book in your name to the local library. And this morning today we have a book titled Good Morning to Me.
I'm a morning person, so that's a good thing. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Appreciate it.
And then in addition to that, we do like to give you a certificate.
Thank you.
Probably need to take a family picture down if there's space for this one. So
You got it. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
not a problem. We'll do a little bit of a photo op so we can make sure that we're getting that done.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
All right. Fantastic. And we will move on to our 50-50 raffle, Bob.